everyone and welcome back. So in this video we are going to be doing the Raksha Bandhan Rakhi makeup tutorial, and I'm so excited because I just really wanted to do this for a very long time. So first of all, I am starting off with the primerizer from Smashbox, and I actually really love this stuff because I have dry skin and this really helps me to kind of hydrate my skin and prime at the same time, so we don't have to really use another moisturizer separately. Instead we can just go for this one. So if you guys have dry skin, do check this one out because this really do the stuff, and also you can get a very flawless smooth kind of a base for your makeup, and also it sits really well under all of the foundations that I have tried so far. So yeah, after that, moving on to foundation, I am mixing two foundations together, and one is the MAC Face and Body Foundation, and other one is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I'm mixing both of them together so that I can get a good satin kind of a finish. And also the shades are kind of off. MAC one is a little bit dark for me, which is in the shade C5, and also the Wet n Wild one is Desert Beige, which is kind of light for me. So mixing both of them together actually gives me the perfect kind of shade. And what I've been doing recently is that I use a buffing brush to blend everything out first, and then only I use the sponge to just even out everything, especially if I am using a matte foundation. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm using the Morphe buffing brush for foundations, and I'm just blending it all out as fast as I can, and then I'm taking the Morphe damp beauty sponge, and then I'm just kind of dabbing it all over my face and making everything even and nice. So then I decided to move on to my eyes, and I'm using the Fit Me loose powder in the shade medium in order to set my eyelids, as we already have the foundation on the eyelids. It's kind of like an eyeshadow base and it really works. So for my eyeshadow, first I'm taking the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I'm using the light brown shade in order to work on my crease, and this really helps to kind of define the eyelids a little bit better, and also to get a good transition for the eyeshadow look. And we are going for a spotlight cut crease today, and I think this color is perfect for a good transition for that. And then for the red shadow that I'm actually gonna get on my lids, I'm using the James Charles Morphe palette again, and I'm using the only red color in that palette. So once I got that color, I'm just applying it pretty much all over my lid, just except the center part of the eyelids where we are gonna cut the crease. So I'm just making sure that the color is really intense, and also the edges are really nice and blended out. So I'm just taking another clean fluffy brush, and I'm just blending out the edges once again in order to get that beautiful blended in nice look going on. So then in order to cut the spotlight cut crease, I am just using the same foundation from the Wet n Wild, and I'm also applying a little bit of foundation on the brow bone in order to clean that area up. And then once the foundation is applied, I'm just blending it out with a concealer brush, and then a little bit of foundation was left over on my palm, so I just decided to apply it underneath my eyes because it's a light colored foundation and it can be used to brighten up the under eye area and also to define the edge of the eyeshadow. So before blending that in, I decided to apply the glittery shade on my lid, and I'm using the Huda Beauty Gemstone Obsession palette, and I took that glittery rose gold shade from that palette, and then I blended everything out once again, and then I'm applying a little bit of concealer, which is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Natural, and I'm applying it on the usual areas where we conceal and highlight, and then blending it all out with the Morphe sponge once again. So I really didn't need that much concealer, so I just touched it up on certain areas rather than applying too much, because we have already applied the foundation to brighten up underneath the eyes. Then in order to set everything in place, I am using the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder once again. If you guys are really interested to buy some budget friendly good loose powder, this is the one to go, guys, because this is a really finely milled loose powder and I absolutely love it. This is really good quality, but it's very budget friendly at the same time, and also the shade is kind of good for me. So yeah. So after that, I did my brows off camera. I just filled them in using a regular brow pencil and then just combed it through using a spoolie. And after that, I decided to contour, and I'm using the Makeup Revolution London Pro HD contour palette, and this is a cream contour. So this time I decided to skip on the powder contour. I wanted to keep my base as glowy as possible. So I decided to, use this cream contour in order to get that glowy kind of bronzing effect going on. And the brown that I have used is on the top right corner, and that is the warmest brown in the palette. All the other ones were really cool tone, so I don't really like that much. So yeah, once that is done, I decided to put some blush, and I'm using the Revolution London blush palette, and I'm taking that rosy goldeny kind of a shade, and I'm applying that as my blush. And also for my highlight, I'm using the Makeup Revolution London highlight palette as well, and I'm mixing some of the colors in that palette, especially the yellow tone color, and then I'm applying that all over my high points of my face, and on the usual areas where I like to have some glow going on. And also I decided to get some glow on my collarbones and also my brow bones. So once that is done, I just blended out my eyeshadow once again to make sure that everything is looking nice and blended. And then I'm taking the same transition brown shade, and I'm applying that to the lower lash line. And also I tightline my eyes using the Maybelline Colossal Kajal Super Black, and also kind of like tightlined my both upper and lower waterline. Then I decided to move on to lashes. If you guys want, you can do some eyeliner and stuff, but I just wanted to skip that. I want to keep it as simple as possible. So I use the Ardell Demi Wispies in the shade, in the style 14, I believe. And this is a very kind of natural lashes, and I just really love it. So this fan is really convenient, you guys. It makes everything dry as quick as possible. So then moving on to my lips, I decided to line my lips first, and I'm using the NYX Lip Suede in the shade Vintage, and to give a little bit of definition for my lips. And I thought this time we can go for a very glossy lip, so I topped it up with NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. So yeah, that's it for the lips. And finishing off the eyes, I applied some mascara, and this is the Lakme Iconic Mascara, and I really love it. To finish it all off, I'm using some setting spray from Makeup Revolution London as well. And this is the final look, you guys. So I'm giving you three options for the hairstyle. One is this top knot, which is one of my favorites. It's very elegant. And the next one is a free hairstyle, which is actually the best one out of three, because it's Raksha Bandhan, and we have to look really girly. So I think the free hairstyle is the way to go. But if you guys want, you can add knots, or whatever kind of hairstyle that you are comfortable with. So this is my personal preference, and I think it looks really nice and really girly for the occasion. And the third hairstyle that I went for was again a bun, and this time it was a middle or lower kind of a bun. This looks really elegant with this kind of outfit, and also for the earrings to shine through. So yeah, that's it, you guys. And if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.